What do you think?
I think we're dead meat. Real dead meat.
You dead meat!
Go ahead and laugh, you guys. If I ever find a little bastards that did this, they're dead meat.
Welcome to the Dead Meat Podcast, your horror safe haven. I'm Chelsea.
I'm James. We're married and we like to watch Saw together.
Yes, and Grussel is here as well.
He's back.
I just realized we should get Molly a little Jigsaw outfit. Or a
Wait,
little Billy outfit.
Billy outfit or a Jigsaw robe,
The
like the
robe.
boxing robe with the hood.
That'd be
that
easier
would
to
be very
find, I
good.
bet. Or I could
Yeah.
even just make that myself.
That'd be real cute.
Easily adaptable, I'm sure, from a boxing robe for
Mm-hmm.
puppies.
Or
Yeah.
give her the arm warmers and a little bear trap.
Oh my gosh, I could make the bear trap out of foam or something so it's light.
Yeah.
Because she's fine with, we've put little hats on her before. And she's
Make her
fine
a
with
little
it.
Amanda.
Oh, that'd
Oh
be
my
so
God.
cute. Okay, things to think about.
Amanda, the central character, or at least part of the central relationship to Saw 3.
Saw 3.
Saw 3 ended and there was a silence in the room and I was like, oh no, I think the Grussels hated it. But then Grussel, what did you say about it?
I think it's my favorite so far.
Wow.
I do.
Cool. It's
I do.
interesting because this one is a more divisive Saw.
It's definitely slower, I'd say, and less fun.
It's less fun. It's the
It is
meanest
way less
one
fun.
so far.
So
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the whole Lynn and Jeff. That obviously, spoilers for fucking Saw. We're talking about Saw. You should have watched Saw by now. But yeah, the whole thing with Lynn and Jeff. That's real. That's a downer.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. But I just want to say how I love Saw so much and I love the Saw fandom. And I'm just so proud that we, in some small part, have made an imprint on the Saw fandom with Slow Ass Motherfucking Jeff.
This is the movie.
If-
This is the one, man.
If we're remembered for anything,
Yeah.
I hope it's that.
It's probably that. I mean, you go to that Saw subreddit, he is referred to as SAMF Jeff.
SAMF Jeff.
Just
yeah.
like that's his name. Or even SAMFJ.
Yeah.
They'll just shorten his name to an acronym.
Has anyone met him at a convention? Because we were going
We were
to.
supposed to
He
in
was going to be in
Scotland.
Glasgow and then he canceled. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
You know, that he.
But
didn't
our
have
plan
to-
was to meet him and be like, hey, has anyone ever called you slow ass motherfucking Jeff?
We feel it's two diverging paths. One is I have no idea what you're talking about. Or two,
the
it's
ones.
you fucking assholes. You've
Yeah.
made my life hell.
Let's be real. We have elevated that character's profile. I gotta say.
That's true. I think we have helped. I think just attaching even an acronym to him is instantly
canonized
oh,
him.
it's the guy from the third one.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I mean, to be fair, he does kill Amanda and Jigsaw at the end of
Yes.
this movie.
It's something that
Question mark.
I forget when we were talking about this. This was it might have been when I was designing him for the Royal Rumble, the second one.
Yeah. Just be careful what you say because Grussel has questions about going forward.
Wait, what?
Grussel has questions about going forward.
Oh, okay.
What?
You have questions about going forward, what's going to happen.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
What are some of those questions, Grussel? Because this movie kind of ends with a lot of things happening.
I mean, I'm wondering if we're going to get prequel stuff.
Okay.
We're going to go back in time so that John Kramer is alive. I'm wondering if we're going to get, second apprentice shenanigans to swoop in and keep John Kramer alive. I'm wondering if there's some other kind of I'm wondering how supernatural it might get. I'm skeptical of that, but it's
Interesting.
still because I know that all right, there's 10 of these fucking movies. We're only through 3.
Yeah,
You
correct.
killed your 2 best characters.
Right. Yeah.
So what?
And don't you want to know what happens next? Yep. I don't think they knew there were going to be this many movies.
No, this movie had the highest grossing Halloween weekend open.
Molly
for
is right in front of your microphone.
Oh, okay. This movie had the highest grossing Halloween weekend open for 6 years or something.
To be around in the 2000s, we were all in high school or college-ish when these were all coming out.
Uh-huh.
these were huge
pilgrimages.
It was
every
they were
October.
event cinema.
Yeah.
You know, for a certain subset of weirdos.
Yeah. I believe this is still the highest grossing Saw movie, maybe.
Think so. I think I saw that on the Wikipedia.
Made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Did very well. They originally weren't going to do it. Darren Lynn Bousman, the director here who directed last movie, Lee and James Wan all were like, nah, we're good on Saw. And then Greg Hoffman died, the producer. He died in December after Saw 2 came out in October of 2005. And so the three of them were like, all right, we'll do it for Hoffman. We'll make Saw 3 for Hoffman. We'll name a character after him. We'll make this movie. We were just with Darren. And he said that Saw 3 was the movie where he had the most creative control. Because with 2, you're still kind of tied to James and Lee's thing. And Lee is the scriptwriter here. But he said with 4, because they had been doing so well financially, it was like, oh, now we have a franchise. Now the producers are going to take a little bit more control. 3 was the sweet spot where it was like, it's not a proven annual hit yet, but it's the third one, so like do whatever.
Yeah.
I think that shows.
Yeah?
I really felt that's why I enjoyed this one, I think, the most. I really felt
Yeah, I was gonna
like,
ask, what specifically makes it your favorite Saw?
yeah,
so far?
because like it is a bummer and it is mean and that part sucks. You know, like I do not like enjoy those aspects of it where it's just so like, oh, that's so like what you are put through Jeff is brutal. Like
Yeah.
it's a brutal premise.
it
It's you know, but I think that watching these in succession and watching, you know, going from Saw 2 to this one, I think the kind of elevation of the game, the like season over season improvement with the filmmaking, I have enjoyed a lot. And I definitely felt the intentionality behind this one of like a surer hand, you know, like a more confident, this is, you know, you mentioned how it's like a lot of the same people come back and everything. So like, this is like firing on all cylinders. We know how to work together. We're going to make the movie as we want to make it. And I really felt that on this one.
There's some great shots, some beautiful shots. The when Carrie gets killed, R.I.P. But the shot from behind, like backlit of her hanging there, that's great.
Yeah,
that's good
it's
stuff.
it's like almost a Blood Eagle kind of thing.
Yeah. And we get more the crazy transitions, which were done practically. My favorite, and which I just found out the details about, is it goes from the evidence of the classroom where Troy's body pieces are everywhere, and then it goes down a hall following those body pieces, and it goes into Carrie's bathtub. She was in that scene looking at the evidence. She had to run and take off her clothes
That's
and
so
hop in the
cool.
bathtub all in the
so
same shot to
cool.
make it a practical transition.
So cool.
I love Darren for doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, he loves doing those. We talked about those yesterday when we saw him, and just like ones that they filmed that didn't make it into movies that I don't think I can elaborate on here, but they sounded really cool. Yeah, I think he was pleased that you liked the third one.
Cool. Good.
Yeah.
I did. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good job.
When it came to writing the script, Lee said he wanted to focus on the emotional relationship between Amanda and John, obviously, and make the traps more emotional too, like have an emotional component to them.
Who did they?
Yeah, they really do. Especially, I mean, all of Jeff's stuff. We make fun of him for being slow ass motherfucking Jeff, but he is, you know, coming to terms with his son's grief, which is a heavy thing to deal with.
Yeah. Like it's like the character's a meme at this point. I mean, every single character in Saw is a meme at this point because Saw itself is a meme because we all love it. But we like looking at the actual character, like, no, it's genuinely, it's heartbreaking and it's hard to watch. And
Still walks down those halls real slow.
yeah, he does.
Because he's told he has a 2-hour time limit, but we don't really know what the deal is with the 2-hour time limit.
It says the doors will lock. It'll become his tomb.
Oh, he's just borrowing the line from the first one again?
Yeah.
Okay. Would that have been the case, though?
I don't know.
I don't
I feel
know.
like they didn't really actually give that much of a shit about
I
that
have
aspect of it.
I have a read on this that
Okay.
I told you, James, last night.
Yeah, I think this is crazy.
And it's
but-
it is a little bit of a reach, but my read on it on the 2 hours thing is I don't remember seeing a clock. I don't think there's a time limit at all. I think that John and Amanda, because she has like the medical books and she's like, what if we do this? What if we do? They have like some knowledge of what's happening. And John's like, how long do you think I have to live? He thinks that he has like a day or less, that he is like dying imminently. and there isn't a time limit. He wants Jeff to get through so that there's this confrontation. It's all like the time limit is more his life than it is anything that Jeff
I
has
thought your
to do.
theory was that they had figured out that he has 2 hours to live
No,
before
not
the
that
cancer
specific.
takes him.
There's
Okay.
no way.
That's
It
what I
should-
was gonna
so
say.
you think it's
crazy.
more just an arbitrary?
It's an
you've got
arbitrary
just
time
just
to push him.
Sure.
Yeah.
That-
Oh, yeah. What if he didn't
I
have the
think.
time limit?
Oh
God.
yeah, he'd be yeah.
Jesus.
Still be there.
Yeah, he'd still
Yeah.
be there. to
Saw
this
3
day.
part 6.
Yeah. But yeah, the kind of emotional through line of the traps. I feel like the next time we see this kind of thing, it's 6.
That has more socio-political
Sure,
stuff
more
rather than a
commentary.
personal, emotional thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Granted, it's been a very long time since I've seen 4 and 5. I'm very excited to rewatch them.
I know, because I remember them being, I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't want to spoil anything for old Gressel there, who was taken aback when, after our previously on Saw recap, we had jump immediately to the bathroom with Eric Matthews. You didn't think it'd pick right back up.
No, I didn't think we were going to pick up right at that moment. No.
Yeah.
But we did.
Yeah.
And we get to see the bathroom again. I forgot how many movies the bathroom is in.
Dude, get this. I just read this, so I didn't have time to verify. But apparently, they borrowed the bathroom set from Scary Movie 4.
No, they
Because
didn't.
it was
Stop.
making... They had a Saw part in it.
Hold on, I'm Googling
I don't
that.
know if that's true, but that's what I read, and I choose to believe it.
This is so funny. The Saw subreddit's saying, yeah, it's true, like that this is true. There's a discussion thread about it.
There you
That's
go.
so funny.
That's so fucking funny.
Oh
Then
my
props to
God.
the Scary Movie team for making a Saw bathroom good
That
enough
was
for...
so, yeah, that
Yeah,
was
good
good
enough
enough.
for Saw.
Especially when we just talked about how in the second one, it was like, this needs to be perfect.
In this one, they're just like, just use the Wayans version.
This is so
Although they
funny.
weren't there for 4, so never mind.
Dr. Phil is chained up in the bathroom. It's him and Shaq.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, Scary Movie.
I can't wait for the new one, although I still think we should be writers on it.
At least consultants.
Yes.
Please.
Please.
But yeah, we get to see the immediate aftermath of the end of Saw 2 when Eric was chained up and locked in that bathroom. He chose not to cut his foot off. He instead smashes it, which Gressel was sitting there being like, yeah, I get it. I think I would do the same thing.
I think that's brilliant, and I think that I would arrive at the same conclusion.
Yeah, but then we were all kind of agreeing until
and then he grabs his foot and fucking cracks it.
I still think
We all
that's better than cutting your foot off.
Sure, because maybe you can get that fixed.
And you're not cutting into like your nerves and shit.
Yeah, psychologically.
So
Yeah.
it's just easier.
I think
Kind of
so,
back
yeah.
and forth, slowing, like
Right.
Saw motion.
Yeah.
Just smash it a few
we all
times. and
screamed. It was great.
It was a big.
That was a big
room-wide
reaction.
scream.
That
It
was a big
great.
reaction.
Yeah.
Good
And I
stuff.
think this is when both James and I were like, oh yeah, heads up, this one is definitely a jump in how violent it is.
I thought 2 was not so much.
Not as
This
much.
one, pretty big jump.
Pretty big jump.
I think it's just big jumps from here on
I think
out.
it is,
We're not
yeah.
going to reach a point where I'm like, all right, we're coasting from here on. Every year they were like, let's do more.
I think because now at this point they've figured out like, oh, it's kind of about the traps and how crazy they get.
Well, it's kind of a like, oh, if this is what you think we are, then fine. We'll just be this then.
It's the human centipede
yep.
thing, or I'm trying to think of other series where it does that, where it's like, oh, you thought the initial movie was this, we'll just actually make that.
Kind of
for-
the Candyman 3 is a dumb slasher.
Oh yeah,
And some people
for
think
sure.
like Candyman's just another slasher when
Right,
it's
but
not
it's
at
not.
all. But Candyman 3 is like, but that one wasn't intentional at all. That was
Disappointed that audiences didn't respond to Cop Plot.
Well, yeah, we don't get cop plot.
No cop
We get
plot.
cop plot, and I wanted to look up. There's got to be a term for the Simpsons plot line that begins an episode and then only just leads to the rest of the episode story.
There
Yeah,
absolutely
there has to
Because
be
it's
a
not a
term.
cold open because
No,
there's
it's too
no
long for that.
title. It's too long and there's no title card that happens
No.
between the.
It's like a weird like act 1/2 type thing.
like prelude.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we get that in a lot of the Saw movies, and that's where our cop plot is confined to, is that section.
Yeah, we
which
see-
we actually get 2 of, because first we have the Eric Matthews and Amanda, where it's, you're not Jigsaw, bitch.
Not Jigsaw.
Yeah, you're not Jigsaw.
You're not
bitch.
Jigsaw, bitch.
You're not Jigsaw, bitch.
Donnie fucking
I love
continuing
that delivery
to
so
bring
much.
so much
So
to the
good.
series. Yeah.
You're not Jigsaw, bitch.
That's the thing, is we're watching these movies, I was like, oh yeah, the acting in the Saw franchise is actually pretty good. Like,
No,
it's not
it is.
bad.
It's like what makes it granted, these movies, they're certainly not for everyone. And lots of people would disagree with me when I say, like, no, I think, I enjoy them and I think that they're good and fun. But it's the fact that the performances are good and that everyone is buying into it and is giving it their best. And no one in this ever feels like they're above it.
Yeah.
It's what makes it so good.
Well, they
to
got the
watch.
actress for Lynn because she had just been in Crash. The Oscar-winning Crash?
Yes, yeah. Never Jack Nicholson announcing that best.
Yeah.
And the Oscar goes to Crash.
But she was in that, and then I guess Lionsgate wanted her for this.
Holy shit.
And she was like, I don't like horror movies, but I guess. And then I read that she was really happy that that her character wasn't just like stereotypically Middle Easterner. Because she's Iranian, she's Persian, she's from Iran.
Yeah.
And so, but that's not, she's just a doctor here.
Yeah,
and so she was really like excited to play. Similarly, the first victim, Troy, in that, I didn't realize he's a Navajo actor.
Oh.
So fucking Saw with the diversity casting.
Yes,
ahead of the game, dude.
all equal. Everyone gets put in traps.
We talked about that though a little bit in Saw 2.
Yeah, with all the that was we said that was Eric Matthews.
Yeah, pre colorblind, everyone equal.
Jigsaw's like, well, me too. I'm also colorblind. I can't let the cops seem less racist than me. But yeah, you're not Jigsaw, bitch. And then we never see what happens to Eric Matthews, just that Amanda goes back.
Yeah.
Like, they get into a fight, and he's punching her in the face.
Mm-hmm.
They're
yeah, it's
scrapping.
pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's a fight. But we don't see conclusively what happens. What do you think, Gressel?
Man, I honestly don't know. I'm like, is he going to show up later? Everything's on the table.
Everything's on the table. That's right. Then we get, the opening trap, essentially, and this is Troy. He's chained up in a classroom with chains piercing all parts of his body.
Why a classroom?
It's because I don't know.
Isn't he a teacher?
No,
he's a recidivist.
Yeah, he's just.
He had advantages and privileges at birth, but he squandered them all away, and he's more comfortable in chains than being free.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's
He's
the
just,
chain.
he's just
right,
guy
right,
in jail.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's his job.
Yeah, I guess he's just a repeat offender.
Yeah.
Jigsaw doesn't like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in the punishment aspect of prison. He believes it should be rehabilitated.
Right. Yeah.
And when that doesn't work, then he's like, well, then there's
Then
no
it's
point.
your fault. Yeah.
So he's got like 2 minutes before a fucking nail bomb goes off to rip out all these chains and escape the classroom. This is one where I'm looking at it and I'm like, I think I could do it if not for the glaring issue.
Yes.
The one through his fucking jaw.
And the fact that the door's welded shut.
That they find out later.
So you would do all that even if you somehow yanked that thing out from your jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Then that bomb's just gonna go off.
Yeah. The other ones, I mean, the heel, pretty bad.
Yeah.
If that's Achilles tendon,
through the
then
tendon,
you're crawling. But the ones that are like in the skin or like I feel like, all you gotta do is one motion of and then it's gone. It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. But
Jaw, I don't think you can survive that, right? Ripping that jaw off like that?
Not without immediate medical attention. Like the blood loss and everything.
Yeah.
Even if you were able to get that off.
I don't think.
I have no idea.
Because how does that even... I mean, the jaw will come off.
Yeah.
But then...
I'm just thinking
the
like...
rest of the skin just has to tear the right way. Because then your tongue is flapping. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea if that's survivable
And
or not.
think about how much your mouth bleeds.
Yeah. And then you can't swallow. I don't know, man. I don't think that's believable. Or real, survivable. Originally, apparently, a chain was supposed to be through a tooth.
Oh no!
Oh fuck! Absolutely,
you guys
fuck
say that? That's easier than the jaw.
I know,
Oh,
but
it is. But
this is
you
the
know,
this is the needle.
It's like the needles.
It's the needle pick. Okay, I'm someone who I have really sensitive teeth. I hate going to the dentist. I have to be on the nitrous oxide for a cleaning because my gum line is so sensitive.
Yeah.
I think because I grind my teeth, but even air hitting my gums the wrong way, it's white hot pain. That No, fuck.
Oh man, but that'd be so much easier. Just like
No.
rip
Oh,
out.
absolutely it
Than
would.
the jaw, yeah.
But as a viewer,
Yes,
it's
to
the
see a
same
chain
needle
through a
thing of
hole,
you
yeah.
know
Brutal.
what that feels like, and all, like the sound and the smell and like
Smell for sure.
you know the smell.
Oh yeah, you know it smelled bad in there. He was also supposed to originally be suspended from the ceiling, and then they
Okay.
realized, oh wait, you can't pull the chains.
Oh yeah,
If you're
you
like
need the
suspended
leverage.
from
Oh,
the
yeah,
the
yeah,
chains.
yeah, you can't get- yeah.
can't really like work up the momentum to pull them out. So
Yeah.
he was just standing there instead. I think it's effective.
Yeah, it's very Hellraiser.
Oh yeah, with all those chains going
Yeah.
into him for sure.
Yeah.
He obviously doesn't make it. He goes boom. They're looking at the pieces all over the place. It's our old friends Carrie and Rig.
Yeah, and Carrie's immediately like, this trap's weird.
Yeah.
Because it's not survivable.
She's like, hey, dummies, you had to cut into the door, right? That's wrong.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not right.
Jigsaw makes his traps survivable. They suck, but you can live through them
Yeah.
if you play by his rules.
Rig, in his only scene, he was supposed to have a bigger part, but the actor had another project that he was working on. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, he'll be back.
He'll be back.
Carrie, it's kind of her time to shine, but very briefly, because we jump into, after the little tubby time with the just perfectly opaque water.
Oh yeah, where
What
she's
is in that water?
like soap. I
Hey,
think.
okay.
Yeah, she's taking just the type of bath that all women take in movies.
She got a wine glass.
It's a clawfoot tub, wine glass,
Are there candles, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's it's ridiculous.
Just off screen, we're gonna get a future Saw where it zooms out and there's a magazine with a romance novel with a hunky guy on the cover, and it was like that was there the whole time.
Yeah.
But she gets pigged and put into a trap, and we're in green trap zone. It's the Rib Breaker 5000.
Yes.
The Angel or something like that.
Yeah, this one's nasty.
It's a good trap.
It's like a steel corset almost that
Yeah.
rips. So it's like, imagine the reverse bear trap, but it's like around your torso. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They built this shit for real using magnets and stuff, just all sorts of these traps actually function in real life, which is crazy.
So crazy. And there's also a vat suspended. It's like by your head that has a key in the bottom of a bunch of acid. Mm-hmm. And the tape is Jigsaw explaining, oh, you can reach in here and grab the key, but hurry up or else. And he's been explaining this and I feel like by the time he mentions, by the way, this key's gonna dissolve, that shit's already
Keys,
crumbled to pieces.
they have to fit a certain way to work.
Yeah.
I feel like just
That's a very good point.
a little bit of time in that acid, I feel like the ridges are being worked out.
I mean, again, it's like a shitty trap.
Yeah.
Well, and it'd be sometimes picking up something like that that's thin like that can be in liquid, or if it's wet can be really hard too.
Yeah.
Just from a practicality standpoint.
You were
Me,
saying maybe
Jigsaw,
slosh
me.
out some of the
slosh out
acid.
some. Yeah, because she tries.
She tries to slosh
spill
some
it.
But I think it's suspended in a way to where that's difficult.
Yeah.
And I think,
I mean, she fucking does it too.
oh yeah, she
gets
sticks her
it.
whole hand in there. It's gross. Like when that water turns red.
blood.
That's so,
Yeah.
ugh.
Oh.
She's just dissolving.
Carrie's
in there.
our girl. She rules. She's been here since the first one. She fucking does it.
I just love the way she does it, where she's like, okay, I know what this is. Like, it sucks, but here we go.
Yeah.
Put my hand in the thing.
Yeah. But she unlocks it, nothing happens, and then she sees someone enter, and she's like, you. And we find out later it's Amanda who's been setting up these two traps. They're unwinnable.
Yeah.
Amanda doesn't want people to survive and live.
Nope, she just wants to torture people.
That's fucked up, Amanda.
Yeah.
And Carrie's ribs get ripped open, and it's like, no, we liked her.
Yeah.
She was around.
I know. That's a bummer.
Yeah, our longest standing character besides Jigsaw.
Yeah,
obviously.
yes, and because she's in the first one.
I guess and Amanda.
And Amanda, yeah.
yeah.
So are they the only two who have been in all three movies so far? Not counting flashes of flashbacks.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Like where there's new story, new
Like
stuff
content.
with them.
Jigsaw, Amanda, and Carrie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Riggs not in the first one, is he?
He is not, I believe. I think he shows up in the second one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
hanging
yeah.
out with them. So yeah, R.I.P. Carrie. It's sad, but she did.
Yep. We cut to a woman named Lynn in bed with a man named, I don't know.
Chris. Put him on
it's
the list
Chris.
of characters you forgot about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to do like a flashcards quiz at the end of all of these.
You know what I was telling Gressel is I want to make one of those charts at the bottom of Wikipedia entries for bands where it has the members on a timeline with characters from Saw.
Oh, that's
to show
good.
like where they are.
And what movie?
Because there's like, I think the Saw franchise Wikipedia entry has like a table or, but it's not that visual like band.
Which
is one of my favorite
color
charts.
coded.
The color coded, yeah.
Especially bands where it's like, it's just Theseus's ship, where you've got like one guy left and it's still technically the band, because the one guy is still there.
Is that like Beach Boys?
I think there's
like
two.
Mike loves Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Are they really
yeah.
the Beach Boys without Brian Wilson? And also, is he the only one that's left?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it just Mike Love and Brian Wilson left? I'm not sure.
Maybe one day I'll get into the Beach Boys, but it hasn't happened yet.
Pet Sounds is
I
great.
listened to Pet
I
Sounds
was
in
gonna
college.
say, Pet
and I
Sounds
was
is
like,
the album.
I'm just gonna go back to listen to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lynn is upset. She's leaving Chris, and she's like, "What do you want from me?" And he's like, "A divorce."
A divorce.
And that's a good misdirect because you think that they're married and that he wants a divorce from her. No, he wants her to divorce her husband. We will find out at the end of this movie. Gressel, you didn't realize it. You didn't know? It got
I did
you?
not. No, yeah, I did not realize it. That was well done. Although that is the most miserable post-affair room I've seen in some time. Like those two have no chemistry.
Who, Lynn and Chris?
Yeah, like it's just so sad. Like that's part of why it's almost too much, but that is part of why the it works is because it's like, oh, they hate each other and he wants a divorce, but they hate themselves.
They definitely play as a married couple that hate each other, which is like the hard thing about that misdirect is it's like, well, if it's the actuality is there two people having an affair, but they realistically seem like a couple that hates each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think they're just like super guilty, especially it's post-nut clarity.
Yes,
Of like,
that's-
like, what am I
it's
doing?
true.
Oh no.
Yeah. They're also having an affair in one of the like weird photography studios from Saw 1. Where just brick walls
Dr.
with
Gordon's
drapes.
apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr.
I mean, he's not
Gordon's
using
like,
it.
listen, Dr. Lynn, I've got this
I've
great
got a
pad
great
for
place.
affairs.
Yeah. Okay, so Lynn gets pig masked.
Yeah, after showing that she's a good
Yeah,
doctor.
after a scene from The Pit. You were comparing it to
Yeah.
The Pit, Gressel. It's just
We were.
Yeah, where she saves. It's kind of fun to see. I feel like often this kind of like torture genius thing is a male character. It's kind of fun to see this like emotionally fucked up woman who is like still a genius,
Yeah.
who's like hyper competent.
like
Even when
you're-
she shows up late, she's like, oh, it's this.
You showed up late and you smell like dick, but damn it, Lynn, you can fix it.
Yeah.
You saved us from cracking his chest open. But pull yourself together.
That was like bordering on CCH Pounder.
That's who they should cast in that character who pulls her aside and talks to her.
Yes. I would just have CCH Pounder and Saw in general.
Her like pep talk friend of the word. That one on a flashcard you would never get.
No.
pulls Lynn aside
The
as-
other doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lynn gets pigged in the locker room and wakes up to Amanda in her best Jeff Hardy attire.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda with the good hair now.
I think this was the outfit I did for her for the Royal Rumble. I could be.
Oh, really?
I could.
I think it's like
you're
red.
right. I think you're right.
Yeah, the red. Yeah.
I think this is the best she looks.
Yeah, it's very
She's
good.
looking real
Those
good.
like black cargo pants. It's
The,
so
like,
and with
low-rise.
the combat boots. Oh, my
yeah.
god.
She's rocking
it's
this
the
fucking look, dude.
2000s.
Yeah. Shawty. 2006 rolled around and Shawty was like, my time has come. But yeah, she wheels Lynn into John Kramer, who is just fucking laying there.
Oh, he looked like shit.
He not looking good, dude. That
Yeah.
cancer's catching up.
Yeah, and apparently John had seen Lynn previously. Lynn was the doctor who told him that he was inoperable.
Before he went to Lawrence Gordon.
Yes.
Yeah. I love his fucking John with the sassy one-liners again. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Did all the crude medical equipment around you give you the mistaken idea that we're in a hospital right
Yeah.
now? Because we're not.
Stop using all those $10 words around me. Or
Yeah. English, please.
This is it $10 word? $100 word? What is that phrase? That
Is it?
Five. I mean, it varies.
yeah, okay,
It increases with
there's
inflation.
Yeah, inflation, sure. So he asks her how long he has left, and she's like, I can't tell you that. We are in a warehouse. I don't have the equipment to do those tests. And then Jigsaw's like, okay, and
Well, I have some equipment for you.
and also this is a saw trap now. You're in a saw trap.
Yeah.
I just love how much it just feels like he's truly, this is like last breath, kind of like, okay, Lynn, we're gonna play the game. Put on this thing. You take antidepressants. I don't know.
Your brain chemistry is messed up, so now you have to. Yeah.
And you
Also,
ignore your family and you're sad.
Yeah, and you had advantages in life
Yeah.
and you squandered them.
Yeah, he's just kind of copy pasting.
Well, with Carrie, and again, Amanda did the trap for Carrie, but that's Jigsaw on the tape.
Yeah.
So Amanda just like made it unwinnable. And Jigsaw's tape for Carrie is like, you're so cold and not friendly.
Yeah, you should really smile more.
You don't have You don't have a family because you're just too dedicated to work.
Yeah.
You're contributing to the United States' population problem.
Oh my God, fuck that.
There's a really big problem with declining birth rates right now, Carrie. And
Maybe if you weren't such a career woman, you wouldn't have those things around your ribs right now. You ever think of that?
you ever think about that? So Lynn's challenge, and by the way, she gets equipped.
Challenge like it's Survivor.
Okay, yeah, her her test. She has a shotgun collar put around her neck. It's what it sounds like. It's a collar with a bunch of shotguns pointed at her head. And so she has to keep John alive until the other test subject that they also have doing various saw traps makes it through their kind of obstacle course they have set up for him.
Yeah. John's like, your goal is to keep someone alive, which is Lynn's goal and Amanda's goal.
Yep.
Because Amanda is also being tested,
Yeah.
we find out at the end.
It's like a nesting doll of
Yeah.
tests. Because like Jeff's test is Lynn's test is Amanda's test.
I don't think Jeff's performance affects Lynn's performance.
Okay,
Jeff
sure,
could go
yeah.
any way, and Lynn could still succeed, I think, independently. Right?
I guess.
Yeah. But it's funny that it's not until now
But
that
the
we
longer he takes, the longer that Lynn has to keep John alive. And that's
keep
hard.
Amanda fucking chilling out.
Yeah.
Because every scene we cut to them, it's so funny. And they wrote it this way. I was watching scenes where Darren was like telling Lee, like, we have to have a little bit of this in every scene with them, where like Amanda walks in on John looking closer and closer to Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially when he sees the flashes of that woman.
Yep.
And
Who's this mysterious
who's that
woman?
lady? And then it comes out of it, he's like, I love you. Right as Amanda walks in, classic Three's Company.
Oh my God.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't mean Lynn. I meant the woman in my brain.
Oh, is that? I never watched Three's Company. Is that the thing? It's like, who does he like?
No, it was the classic misunderstanding. Like a character would walk in, hear through the door someone say something out of context, believe it, and that was the fucking plot for every fucking episode.
Was he gay?
He pretended to be gay so he could live with the two women.
That's right. Okay, I was like, I remember there's
so
something
every time the
about that
landlord
with-
came around, he had to act gay.
Oh, I'm sure that aged real well.
You try acting gay around 70s Suzanne Summers.
I'm a woman. I could easily act gay around 70s Suzanne Summers.
You got me there.
Yeah. So, okay. So our main test subject is, of course, Jeff.
We finally get to him. It's this long into the movie, and we get to the main
We just
trap
set up
plot.
all these other pieces, and
Even
then
that is slow.
Jeff. Yes.
Yeah, even getting to him is slow. And yeah, because we don't have the cop plot, we have the doc plot.
Yes. Doc plot.
Trap
Yeah.
plot, doc plot.
This is Cityton Med.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
exact-
right. Yeah, this is the spin-off. The spin-off show.
Executive produced by Dick Wolf.
Yes. So Jeff wakes up in a box. I don't understand why they had to suspend him from the ceiling like this.
Right?
They could have just had him wake up in a box and he smashes his way out. But no, they had to make him fucking drop.
Like, he could have broken his neck
I
right there, and then,
It
oops,
just
game
seems
over.
so mean right off the bat because he doesn't know where the fuck he is, and maybe you're not expecting to fall from.
He's also
ceiling
probably
height.
hungover because we find out
Yes.
that, like, that morning.
Oh, yeah.
We flash back to him, like, playing Dirty Harry in the mirror, drinking, booze from the bottle, and you're like, oh, man, this guy's fucked up.
Oh yeah,
It's
well yeah,
nighttime.
you compare it to just it's like
he does
Taxi
a
Driver.
Travis
yeah.
Bickle. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
talking to me?
Yeah.
But then it's like fucking 7 a.m.
Yeah.
and his daughter's there,
Oh my
and it's
God.
like, I guess I'll go get myself ready for school.
Yeah, my dad is wasted doing gun tricks in the bathroom.
Sitting there in his robe on my bed,
It's
I'm
so
very
bad.
uncomfortable.
And he because there's like this flashback that happens right away.
Yeah.
Where Jeff is like flinging a gun around in the bathroom. It's very Disco Elysium. We love to see it.
We find out a drunk driver killed his son
Yeah.
3 years ago. Yeah. And he still isn't fucking over it.
Yeah, it's been 3 years, bud.
Still processing.
He goes looking for with his son's stuffed animal, right? Realizes his daughter's snuggling with it. It's like a little pig.
I told you.
Yeah.
Fucking take anything
Oh
out
my
of
god,
there.
it's so mean. This is so bleak and ugh.
It's real. It's a bummer.
I saw a post on the subreddit from like a couple days ago that I was laughing at where it's like, what's the most miserable family in Saw? And there's ones like I can't because it's movies we haven't done yet, but it's like this and then like Carrie Elwes' family from the first one.
This family's worse.
This
by
is a
far.
terrible family.
One, they have a dead
dynamic.
kid.
Yeah.
That's gonna beat the right off the
Yeah,
bat.
it's hard to
But like we saw Lawrence Gordon tuck his daughter in at night.
Yeah.
You know, he finished.
Yeah, after
pecking his
being
keys.
harangued to do it.
Sure, but he did it.
Yeah, and then he didn't check for the
pig.
I'm not
lost
saying he
cast
wasn't
member
without
in
fault.
the closet.
Also, he, as far as we know, did not end up cheating on his wife, whereas Lynn, most certainly.
I don't think that was the first time
I'm inclined to agree.
that
I
Carrie
he saw
Elwes?
that
yeah,
woman.
I
Yeah.
think that they had met previous, and we saw him ending it.
I think
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my belief.
I agree. And even if not, isn't that still like emotional cheating, you know?
Pretty close, at least. Yeah.
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 So yeah, Jeff's consumed with vengeance. He has just been obsessed with revenge against the killer of his son, who it was a drunk driver. But we get flashbacks, and I guess maybe this is just another layer to how fucked up this whole thing is, because all these flashbacks look like they're at noon on like a weekday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's extra fucked up.
Yeah. Some dude was driving around drunk around a park
Yeah,
at noon.
it's no good. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so Jeff is going to go through a series of tests. He will eventually come face to face with the man responsible for the death of his son. But at each step of the test, he will have chances to forgive other people involved in this whole situation. In 2 hours, the door will lock, I wrote with multiple exclamation points.
Cue Jeff just lumbering along down the hallway.
Yep. So he's walking. He's got his grippers out. He got no shoes on.
First room he finds, there's a naked lady.
Naked
hanging
lady. I love the trivia from the Saw Wiki that apparently this woman originally had clothes on, but when she started getting sprayed down, they realized that was almost more sexual than her just being naked. So that's why she's naked.
I did not encounter that in my research, but I don't doubt it to be true.
I want to believe it's true because that's so funny.
It makes total sense.
It does make
Yeah.
sense because it
'Cause,
just
like,
turns
this
into
section-
a wet t-shirt
Yeah,
contest.
the suggestion of it then becomes your focus instead of you kind of lose track of it.
the nudity is not sexualized
No,
here at
not-
all.
no.
No,
And-
it's-
and I believe it is the only nudity in the entire franchise other than a see-through shirt in Saw 3D during a dream sequence. But this is, I think, the only outright nudity that there is.
I love that you remember the see-through shirt from Saw 3D.
I had to censor it.
Oh, okay.
And that was when I was doing all the editing myself.
Let me see. Okay, so this woman was a witness at the crime scene. So she saw the accident happen, and she just kind of drove away. She's like, I don't want to have to be summoned to court.
Yeah. She could have helped put the drunk driver away for longer, because that's the whole thing. He was given a lenient sentence.
Yeah, I guess the sentence could have been harsher if they had that witness there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And he just kind of watches her get sprayed with cold water, and
the key is behind like pipes that he has to reach for. So far that like he's got to press his face against it.
Yeah, he's got a Christmas Story his face.
Yeah, rips a chunk of cheek right off that they would have had to do that prosthetic for the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
because that's a big old gash that's just chilling there the whole time.
Yeah,
looks good though.
Yeah, he takes his fucking time. He took too long explaining who he was to her and just kind of lecturing her. And
like with all of these things, I get it.
Yes.
I get it that it would be hard to, but like, save them first and then lecture is my thinking.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop the death first and then be like, listen, you piece of shit, where they're not like gonna die.
Yeah, I would like to think that regardless of how I felt about someone, the reality of like, oh fuck, this person's gonna die would override all of those feelings.
Yeah. But I feel like Gressel might have more grace for Jeff.
I do have more sympathy for Jeff. I can understand, I can empathize with the rage.
Yeah.
You know, but I think this one, I don't know.
You were ready to fucking crucify the judge. You're like, fuck that guy.
I mean,
thinking about it though, thinking more about the judge, I feel like it would make more sense if the intent is to be like, fuck that guy, and like be on Jeff's side of, you know, the lawyer, the defense lawyer would have been the better choice instead of the judge. Like, the judge is making a decision based off the evidence that he's presented in theory.
Defense lawyer's just doing his job, dude.
I guess
doing
that
their
you
job.
can make that same argument,
Yeah.
but I do think that the first gal, the frozen gal, is like, yeah, like save her and then yell at her and then leave her with the guilt of you saved her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then like that's almost a better revenge, you
Yeah.
know?
But Jeff doesn't think that way.
No, he doesn't.
And she gets frozen.
yeah, he's not about long-term thinking or plans.
She is turned into ice real fast.
It happens very fast.
They made a plaster of her body, but it was in two halves because you can't, the way she put it in the video, you can't entomb someone like on set.
Oh, sure.
So they would shoot from the front, and it would be the front half, and then as like they would shoot from behind, it'd be the front. The back
So
half
it
of
was
front
her the whole
open.
time.
Yes.
Oh.
Behind like a plastic cover, like basically like she was an action figure.
I was about to say it's like Mr. Freeze or something.
Yeah.
It's like in Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a layer of frozen like fake ice
that's
that they
cool.
put over her, but it was her the whole time.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lynn is like, hey, lady, he needs to go to a hospital. His brain is gonna explode. It's like pressing against his skull and it's bleeding and
Yeah.
so she needs to operate ASAP, but she's like, I don't have the stuff for that here. He's gonna die. And they're fighting in front of Jigsaw. The girls are fighting, and then John just starts vomiting everywhere. And Lynn is just going through all these janky looking pills that aren't organized.
No.
Oh my god, it's terrible in there. It's like going through someone else's like craft drawer, where it's just, I don't know where the fuck you keep anything.
It's like in The Blackening, she accidentally gives him Adderall.
yes, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, I could have been making these traps so much more efficiently this whole time. Someone give me a pen and paper, quick. I have a great idea.
Amanda's just like, nope, we're gonna do it here. Whatever you need, I will somehow get all of that shit for you.
Well, like the first thing she's like, okay, we need a drill. It's like, dude, look where you are.
If they're gonna have anything, they're gonna have a drill.
We've got like 7 drills.
Yeah.
We're good. What kind do you need, man?
Yeah.
So yeah, she cuts into that skull. She like drills holes, and then bone saws it.
Oh, it's so
it's a nice
gross.
bit of medical
I hate the
gore.
noises.
The dust
Oh
coming from it.
because you know it just again it's like that dentist
It's
smell.
that dentist smell of when you're getting a filling and
Oh,
they're
it's
drilling the
so
tooth.
gross.
It's bad.
It's so gross.
And then she cuts through the little.
Wait, you've never had a filling before, have you?
I have not
So
had
you
a
don't know that
Still?
smell.
Fuck you.
I know. I've had
You don't know
work
that smell.
done that I haven't had a filling,
You
but
don't
I've
know
had
that smell.
Like the drill.
Yeah, I've had.
with the.
Or
haven't
like
gotten a
when
root
Brace
canal,
is
have
having
you?
like what? No.
No, that's the one you get the smell.
Yeah, that
deep
is the-
dive
Wisdom
drilling.
teeth. I had wisdom teeth taken out. They had to,
Pulling
and mine
is
were
not the same.
No, I had to have one of
They
mine came in
cracked?
sideways, and I had to have it cracked off of my jaw.
Ugh.
Yeah, that
Okay,
hurt. That
okay.
hurt like hell.
Yeah, I love the cutting through the skull, removing the chunk of skull, removing the little film or whatever,
Yeah, the brain film.
and then like relieving the pressure, and then he can clench his fist again.
Yeah, and that's when he's having visions of a
Of a
sexy
lady in a park. Who's that lady, Gressel?
I guess we'll find out in the remaining 7 movies.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
give a name. What do you think her name is, Gressel?
Oh, I don't know. Like it's gonna. I have no idea. I don't even know.
Shoot your shot. Maybe you'll be right.
Like Cheryl or something.
All right.
that's a good guess.
Cheryl.
It's like, okay, that woman is probably like late 40s in, 2006 or whatever. What kind of name would that be,
You think she's
Shannon.
late- you think she's late 40s?
Well, he's like in his
We see her for like 2
60s.
seconds.
Isn't she old? She's like his age. Right? Are they together? He loves her.
I love you.
She's going to be like 25 and his daughter or something, isn't she?
143. It means I love you. Get it tattooed.
We get flashbacks. I mean, we get to see John lovingly paint Billy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Billy's creation story of John
It's
painting
so nice.
the puppet,
Mhm.
and then John like putting Amanda in the trap, and then the aftermath of her like wandering out into the daylight after killing that guy.
I love that they kept his soul patch.
Kept the soul patch?
They kept that continuity,
Uh-huh.
which is great.
And he was just waiting for her at her apartment. She like went in there and sat down on the bed like, "Whew, what
Yeah.
a day!"
You're not done yet.
Don't be alarmed, Amanda. Your life is just beginning.
Do not be afraid. Your life has just begun.
Oh, and then John left Amanda an envelope with her name on it. We
Oh,
did
in real
not-
time, yes.
Yeah, this is in
Yeah,
current.
like as like a will, like in case he dies, right? It was like break in case of emergency kind of thing.
I forget.
We didn't see what it is in this movie.
Is that true? I thought
We
saw
did
it.
no, we do not see what
do
that
not
says.
see what it is
She
in this
reads it, and we see her read it, but we don't see what it
Dude,
says.
I'm just gonna tell you, there are so many things in this series where that exact thing happens. Someone will get something, and it'll be like a mystery, and then the movie will end, and you'll be like, wait, we never went back to that. And then it's not until a movie or two later that they're like, oh yeah, this was
This
in
is
there.
that thing, yeah.
Oh, I forgot that was the case with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We also see flashbacks. It might be a little later, but we do see flashbacks where it was Amanda who was the pig who got Adam
Yeah.
and Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're watching Saw 1 and you see the reveal that it's that old guy on
And
the
you're
ground
like-
the whole time,
But that was a very spry.
he was like crawling around on the ground.
Do we think that was a man? No, it couldn't have been because we hear him talk with the knife.
No, that was literally him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That for sure that's John Kramer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was just a little more spry, but
Yeah.
like crawling on the ground in the parking garage and everything. That's Amanda, who he set out to like pig down Adam and Gordon, and she was like hauled Adam into the bathroom in a wheelbarrow and stuff. And
It
like,
feels like they're getting ready for a party. I don't know. The way that they're setting all this stuff up, like when he paints the little X on the wall, it
Yeah,
just
it's-
feels like, okay,
last touch.
company's about to show up.
here's the thing though, he uses the mirror to apply his makeup, but at the end of Saw 2, when Xavier goes down there and tries to use the mirror to see the number on the back of his neck, it's too grody.
I think been a little bit of time in a shitty place where 2 bodies have been decomposing.
Ugh.
So there might be some grime on that mirror compared to day 1.
I also could see it being like we know we're doing this trap with these numbers. We need to make sure there's no mirrors or reflective surfaces. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good call.
We do see Amanda return to the bathroom between Saws 1 and 2.
Yeah.
1, this flashback shows that her involvement as Jigsaw's accomplishment did not begin with the nerve gas house. She was there to set up the Adam and Lawrence Gordon
Her
trap.
involvement began immediately after the bear trap.
Yes, immediately.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I need you to help me. I can't do, I'm an old guy
And
with
she's
cancer.
like, sure, fuck it. I don't know what else I got going on.
Yeah, we do see her like throw Adam's key just on him in the bathtub. And remember, we're like, the key goes down the drain.
Yeah.
So, like,
it's
was
an
it supposed to be
interesting
affixed?
explanation of like, why the fuck does that happen in the first one? It just seems very flawed. But I like the explanation that no, it's because Amanda doesn't make these traps the most fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a classic Saw thing. It's like random detail that maybe seems weird. They're like, actually, it's because of this thing. And we will do a whole flashback to explain why it actually makes sense. Thank you.
I do think the flashback goes on a little long,
It does.
but it's fun fan
But I
service. How do you feel, Gressel?
I think it's too long.
Okay.
I think it's too long.
Like, do we need to see John Kramer say, I'm injecting myself with something that'll let me lay still for a really long time? Maybe not.
No, but does it kind of feel like our version of Rogue One where it's like, oh, it's just the beginning of Star Wars again, but it's leading right up to it?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. There's just something I like about it.
It's fun to like fill in all these gaps
It
and
is,
like
yeah.
get it really filled in by the end of this franchise.
There was someone on the subreddit, I don't know if they ever finished it or if there's anywhere you can watch it, where they attempted to cut together every single movie chronologically.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's so good. I've always dreamt
I would
of that.
love
I've
to watch that.
dreamt of
It'd be
that.
so cool.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, that would be awesome. We'd like that's something that like we'll do in like 20 years, you know.
Yeah.
We'll host
Retirement.
yeah. like a screening of like, all right guys, we've cut together
Yeah, it's just all of Saw.
all of Saw
and it's in
chronologically.
order.
Come over to our private theater and watch
Yes.
this for the next 12 hours.
Oh my god, that sounds incredible.
That's a goal, hon.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds like a Saw trap. Am I right?
Yeah. Meanwhile, in present day, Jeff is wandering to the next test. And he goes through this door and he immediately, we know it smells in there. He's struck by a bad smell. Mm-hmm. And oh fuck, we forgot to ask Darren what was in the thing in this.
I know, and then I was watching the behind the scenes. I was like, surely they'll tell me.
And they didn't?
They did not. They talked all about the pigs being like latex and real maggots, that they had to rub honey on the latex pigs and then put the maggots on to keep them there. They were sterile medical grade maggots in case anyone happened to eat one. Like if they got in the judge's mouth.
Is it the kind where you can use them on like wounds?
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool.
Like maggot therapy. Yeah. So they had to get
Yeah.
sterile, not wild maggots just in case.
It's such a crazy thing that's still like, we still do that in certain cases.
Yeah.
Like maggot. It's just, I guess if it's not broken, don't fix it, you know?
That's definitely one of those things that like the barber would have done. You know,
Yes.
when the barber
when
that
the
was their
barber was
job.
also the surgeon.
Yeah. Wonder if they kept him in that blue liquid.
Yeah.
In the Barbasol. So yeah, it's the judge of Jeff's case, Jeff's son's killer's case, rather.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the setup of this one because I think this one, as opposed to the last one, which I love the imagery of, this one, I think the choice Jeff has to make is so much more intense.
Yeah.
Burning up
And
your kid's possessions.
It's so like, that hits so hard.
And it
Yeah.
makes that scene earlier with him yelling at his
Yes.
daughter all the more important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the judge is in this big vat essentially, and these horribly decomposed, rotting pig corpses are being dumped in it. Like they're being dumped in like a grinder, and then it spews out. Oh, it's so gross.
It's so
and so
gross.
this judge is gonna drown in pig guts.
And like, listen, if you know the smell of bad meat, you know it's one of the worst smells ever.
I mean, it's a biological, it's like an instinctual thing because
to make sure you don't eat it.
Yeah.
Like, we have left Tupperware with ground beef in it
Oh man, yeah, no.
for like months too long in the fridge, and you go to open that, and it's immediate.
I have like a genuine phobia of it.
Yeah,
It's-
I can't get her to clean the fridge.
No, because it makes me, I dry heave the whole time. It's not good.
It's awful, and that judge is drowning in
Yeah,
it. Dude.
and so he can get the key to unlock the judge from his shackles, but the key is hidden in one of the little stuffed animals that's in this like incinerator. It's one of his son's stuffed animals, and he can flip a switch basically and burn all of them instantly, and the key will fall down into a grate. So he's got to make the choice if he wants to. Which I like this one.
Yeah, that's like an emotional thing for Jeff. It's not
Yeah.
like a physical pain he has to go
And to
through.
his credit, he does.
He does do it.
Burns him up. He gets the key.
Takes a minute. I still love the shot of him like slowly walking down the ladder
Yeah.
with his hands on both rails.
Yeah. Taking his time.
But he does it. He saves that judge. I mean, the judge is like below waterline. He's just got his nose and mouth above it.
My favorite, we all had the same reaction where the judge is like begging for his life, and he's like, what does he say? He's like, I'm a criminal court. I forget what the exact title is, but he's basically just screaming like, don't you know who I am? It's like, dude, shut up. You're making it so
Use a
much
different
worse.
tone, dude.
Yeah.
Gressel, you sounded like you were like, fuck the judge. Let him die.
At first.
Okay. Well, because they say that he gave a lenient sentence.
Right.
But then later you find out that the drunk driver was like this young med student who like doesn't make it okay that he was drunk driving, but it was clearly like it wasn't like, you know, a repeat offender.
Like a pattern of behavior.
Yeah. It was like a promising young man who made a mistake. And so like I have to imagine that's why he got a lenient sentence.
Well, I think thematically, thinking about it more after we watched it, I really like how much this one really emphasizes, I feel throughout the whole trilogy so far, this theme that there is no justice, that there is no fairness, that there is no, you know, like nobody really gets truly what they deserve, because like, you know, the whole thesis basically is like John he feels slighted, he feels cheated because he has cancer, but it gives him this new lease on life, and that juxtaposition, you know, and like in this instance, the judge, as they're slowly meandering their way on to the next trap, you know, he's like, it doesn't matter. There's nothing no sentence I could have given him that would have brought your son back. And like, there is no justice.
Yeah.
You know, so like from that perspective, I am like, he's right. And it's like the best revenge is a life well lived. You know, it's better for Jeff to let these people out, you know. And I think he eventually kind of realizes that to, you know, tragic results that we'll talk about it with the next trap.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The judge also, though, when he's trying to get Jeff to save him before he actually does, he's like, there are ways we can extend his sentence. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not true, dude.
That is not true. That's called double jeopardy. I don't think you're allowed to do that.
You can't call him up and be like, hey, actually, we thought about it.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
We're going to do that again. We fucked up.
Yeah.
Our bad.
Could you come in? Like, could you just meet us there like Monday morning?
O.J. Simpson just like, they can do that.
Yeah, the last trap that Jeff, I mean, is there anything on the other plot that we haven't talked about yet? Because we jumped ahead with that one.
With
As
what,
a-
Lynn?
With the Lynn and the Amanda flashbacks.
I don't think there's any, you know, crazy details we left out. There's
Amanda does go back and suffocates Adam.
That's right.
Adam
yes.
was alive still after getting shot by Lawrence, who was like, I'll be back for the help. And then Adam was left screaming. Jigsaw closed the door, said game over. Amanda went back after that. She was like, hi, I'll help
Hello,
you.
your time is up. It's like when you're, do you remember we did the like sensory deprivation tank things?
Yeah.
And I mean, I fell asleep in mine. You get like a little gentle knock, like, hi, your time is up.
I was the most restless person ever. Yeah,
then-
not for me.
So Amanda comes in and she fucking suffocates because she wakes him up and like then suffocates him.
She's like, oh, I'm here to help you die.
Yeah.
Suffocates him with cellophane.
So what? This is just her, like, she just doesn't believe anyone deserves to live.
guess.
And even though
Yeah.
And she just thinks she's the most special.
Well, is there an addiction element? Like, is there kind of like an adrenaline junkie kind? Because she lays out her like cutting tools.
Yeah.
I think there's an implication of
ritualistic
drugs.
thing, yeah.
And then she cuts her leg. Is there some sort of thrill from? Does she get addicted to it after that first one where she's forced to knowingly kill that guy?
Yeah.
Which was not John's intent. Is that like a side effect? And another kind of element of like there's no he doesn't get what he wanted from Amanda. There is no justice.
Yeah.
Like there's these unintended consequences.
I think it could be that, or like you said, she wants to be the only one who actually deserves the second chance at life. Like,
she wants to be the good asbestos saw trap survivor.
For sure. Like, she has such an attachment to John.
She's kind of a pick-me. I know we all love Amanda, but she's for sure a pick-me.
No, I feel like the Amanda love it's a recent development within the fan base.
Yes.
I think that like
I
when
think
these
originally
movies were coming
she was
out, people,
not.
like in 2 they liked her, but I think
3,
Amanda in 3, I think people were like, "Fuck that bitch."
She's very
sure.
unlikable
I can
in
see that.
3.
Yeah. I mean, she's whiny and she's like disobeying John and just like
Jealousy's never a good look.
Yeah. But again, I love how they craft it so that every time she enters the room, it's like it looks worse and worse.
Yeah, it's
like a
Poor Lynn.
Frasier
And Lynn
episode.
sees it happening too. Yeah. She like looks over and sees the look on Amanda's face, like,
God
no,
damn
please.
it. It's like an Austin Powers gag almost, where it's like, this isn't what it looks like. It's almost like they're gonna cut to like silhouettes of her operating, but it looks like she's jacking him off instead.
We get to the last trap that Jeff has to deal with. It's the rack.
It's the rack.
Oof, the rack, baby. Originally, they wanted a trap that folded a human being into a box.
Oh my God.
And they were like, this is too hard. Could we do something else?
Yeah, I don't know how. And also, then how would you see? I guess if you made it like
Big sheets of
see-through.
lucite.
Yeah.
Big plates of lucite.
Yeah. Oh, sure. But
That's
instead, we get this horrible thing.
Yeah.
Where, and I know that Bausman came up with the ice trap, the freezing lady, because he was like, we've seen people burn, we've seen people cut. What if we freeze them? I think it might have been him who suggested a trap that, like, as opposed to a sudden, quick spring motion,
slow.
this is slow. This is torturous.
Yeah.
This is limb by limb. And boy, is
Yeah,
it.
the fact that it's not every limb at once.
No,
too.
it's
just
one arm,
one
then
at a
the
time.
other,
This one's
then
one
a
of
leg.
This is one of the most sadistic traps in the franchise, I think.
Yeah, and the performer sells the hell
He's
out
really,
of it,
yeah,
dude.
he's really good.
Yeah.
And I love I don't know if it's on purpose, but when I think it's like towards the end where like his head's starting to turn and Jeff is kind of up there trying to unlock it. I can't tell if it's like a visual misdirect to kind of hide the fact that it's like not the actor's head attached to, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of clever visual tricks to make it all look like one continuous thing. Or like
Yeah, I mean, some shots are he's bending his leg at the knee and the lower part of it is a prosthetic. Other parts are prosthetics on his arms that he's twisting, and then it's like done to look like the other side. And then I think with the head, I may be mistaken, but I think they did a mold, and then he's wearing a mask of the back of his head.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
That's
pretty cool
cool,
stuff
yeah.
all around, and then like makeup on the neck to make it look like his skin is twisting.
Oh, that's
around.
so cool.
And then they built that trap.
Yeah.
Too. It actually does those things. It's so insane, and they had to
Yeah.
like age it to make sure that it looks like a jigsaw trap instead of a new construction.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's so cool.
production design is cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is the drunk driver in question, Timothy Young. Don't know why they gave him the same last name as Amanda.
Yeah.
Why? Just give him a different last name, but whatever.
I mean, it's like common enough. Whatever. But yeah, why not give him another? Whatever.
Yeah, it's just such a weird movie decision.
It feels like such a, oh God, we realized too late. Like, yeah, that is Amanda's last name, but we got clearance on this one.
And you know what? No one's going to mistake them as related. So I think
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
They've already printed the script.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, the script was only the actors involved in the last scene got those pages on the day they were shooting.
That's the case for like every Saw movie, right?
And Scream also
Yeah.
does that. And at one point,
I saw, yes.
Darren's script was stolen by someone who was going to put it online, and they stopped it before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
But like he had set his script on his chair and walked away, and then it was stolen by someone who was going to put it online.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know the details. They don't go into it, but yeah.
And then, the rack starts twisting, and the judge is screaming at Jeff, like, dude, just by standing there, you're an accomplice to murder.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't know you were this slow.
Yeah.
Because you have to get a key from a string attached to a shotgun trigger.
Yeah, so what? In its original intent, this would, like, possibly shoot you in the shoulder?
That is what I would have done, is like, put my hand in there,
And you
lean away,
I mean, yeah.
pull the key out, and hope that my shoulder doesn't take too much buckshot.
Yeah.
But it is going to get hit.
Yeah.
Jeff manages to get that key without getting shot at all.
Yeah.
He unties it.
Jeff does.
Jeff does. And
This is like,
This is
I
so
hate
dumb.
laughing at it because it's not funny, but it is. That poor judge.
the poor judge is trying to help Timothy somehow. And Jeff can't be like, hey, I'm going to get the key, move.
Hey, I'm pulling the string and the gun's gonna go off. Make sure you're not standing right behind me. No,
He is.
Gets him right in the fucking head, too.
Yeah, he gets fucking shot in the face, dude.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then he gets the key. And slow-ass fucking Jeff.
And he's just... I don't...
Shit,
I kind of zoned out when that tape was playing. I don't know where the lock is.
I don't know what one key that size, where it could have gone to release Timothy
Yeah,
from this
I'm
trap.
unclear.
I feel like there are multiple points
I think.
of constriction on that thing.
Yeah.
I feel like you need a lot of keys. In any case, he doesn't save him.
Nope.
It's real bad.
It's this and the hallways that are particularly egregious. Like,
Of him being
that's the
slow.
slow ass motherfucking part. Like
Yeah.
agonizing over the stuffed animals, like that's so emotional.
That's
and
fair.
hits
That
really
one's
hard. Like
fair.
that one's fair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like being like being presented with the first trap and like getting used to the concept. Okay, fine, but the hallways and the key here.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like,
I'm just
come on,
like,
man.
is he still so hungover though? Because I'm just imagining the clinking of the rack, like every little. It's just like fuck.
thudding?
God,
Oh, is there
turn
any
it
Pedialyte
off.
anywhere?
Turn it off. We cut back to this is post-op Jigsaw, not like trans Jigsaw, but this is like Jigsaw after his operation. He is asking Lynn about her husband because I just like how he regains a tiny bit of consciousness and is like, oh right, I need to continue to make everyone feel like shit about their life choices. I have to
I'm back up. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. Jigsaw's back, baby.
Yeah. He's got to be saying to him. It fuels him. So then, Jigsaw's asking Lynn about her husband and I don't understand marriage. Like husbands hate their wives and wives just love to get fucking rammed in motel. It's like, dude, like we're getting a little specific, but something about it resonates with Lynn.
They're just always looking to cuck their husbands.
Yeah.
Who are really nice guys. who
Yeah.
Don't deserve it. But they're like, oh, he's not 6 foot. So
Yeah, women complain about standards, but then they all set their height preferences to above 6 feet on dating apps. That's fucked up, isn't it? And he reiterates that he doesn't condone murder. He despises
I despise murderers.
Yeah. And then Amanda pops in and he's like, we're fine, go away. Thank you, Amanda. We're good, thank you.
There's a shot of him pouring wax on a tape.
Yep.
Did you note that?
I did.
Yep.
I did.
One of many things that will come back. I just love that this is when we're finally like, yes, we're setting up all kinds of stuff, like just so much bullshit for future movies, and that we continue to do so. This is when it gets fun.
I love when Jigsaw is like, all right, well, he's done with his trap, so I guess Amanda let Lynn go. And Amanda's like, yeah, but he's like not all the way out yet.
I love this so much. This is
the best
so funny.
delivery.
This like, well,
Yeah, but he's not all the way out yet.
actually, technically, he's not done because he's still he hasn't like crossed the finish. You know, he's still walking across the room and like isn't out the door. So it's so great.
And John's like, Amanda, please. Lynn is more important than you know. Lynn holds your life in her hands.
Do you, Amanda, look at me.
Mandy,
Mandy,
Mandy?
you know how much I fucking love wordplay and riddles. Let me say one more time that she is important and she holds your life in her hands.
Oh, this is when we see the Eric and Amanda
Yes,
fight.
Oh,
they divided that flashback
they
into
did,
2 parts.
yeah, whatever.
Oh,
it's
and this
fine.
is You're Not Jigsaw Bitch.
You're not Jigsaw bitch.
You're not Jigsaw bitch.
You're not Jigsaw, bitch.
I need that sound up every time I say it.
Soundboard, for
Yeah,
sure.
Oh, yes, for
You're
sure.
not Jigsaw bitch.
And so Amanda's like, yeah, I am a murderer. I went up there and I cleaned up your mistakes.
And I just like how she finally snaps here and is like, why don't we just fucking kill people? Damn. Like, I hate all this dancing around of like, oh, we're not technically murdering
She's like fucking
people. And
Scott
we're...
Evil.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a gun in my room. I'll just go up there. We can shoot him together.
Yeah.
We don't need the sharks with laser beams.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's just very like, dude, what are we doing?
Oh my god,
That's so true. That's
And
perfect.
I also love the way that the very resignated way that she pulls the trigger. She's like holding the gun sideways, like
Yeah.
lackadaisically, and she's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm shooting this bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she shoots Lynn.
Oh, he's like, yep, she shoots Lynn, and right on time. I love how well this works out because
Yeah.
Jeff shows up right in time to see her.
His wife gets shot and like
Yeah.
come out of those like the plastic like blinds, like
Yeah.
the car wash.
Yeah, yeah,
things.
yeah. And then he shoots Amanda.
Yep.
He doesn't even think about it.
Dude, he
This is
shoots
the
her down.
fastest he reacts to anything in this.
Absolutely.
And then Jigsaw goes, wow, you just destroyed 4 lives, Mandy.
Danny Glover's the only person who ever called her Mandy.
But yeah, this is the reveal that that's Jeff's wife. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good reveal?
Good reveal. Very
It's
good
good.
reveal. Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be third for twists.
For twists
Compared to the other two.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one, and yeah, that Amanda's working for him. Yeah.
No, the not live feed.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
tape.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
Those,
I will say, just speaking of like the endings of the other ones, there's something about the Adam scene in this and seeing that Amanda kills him that I don't like just because I love the ambiguous creepiness of Adam just being left in the dark at the end of the first one.
I agree.
I kind of like just imagining he just dies in there eventually, and that's so much scarier to me.
Yeah. But I think it adds to Amanda's
It
character.
does, yeah. It's
you
like
know.
not what these ultimately end up being about or
Yeah.
becoming,
But
but
agree, yeah, it's creepier if he just,
yeah, for sure.
starves
sure.
to death in there. And I think there'd be enough time between Saws 1 and 2 for that to happen.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And Jigsaw is like just the saddest little game over for Amanda.
Game over.
She failed.
And then he's like, I got one more test for you, Jeff.
Just can't resist.
Will you kill me or take me to the hospital? We can all live. We can all get out of here. And then Jeff's like, yeah, I forgive you.
Not.
Cuts his he picks up a saw blade and drops it, and we're like, oh, that would have been thematic, a saw. Oh, he's got a
Bigger
fucking
saw.
power saw that he just slices that neck over open.
And right as that happens,
Jigsaw's like, all right,
play that fucking
Jeff.
track.
play that fucking track.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a tape for Jeff, right? Explaining all the
All the shit.
Russian nesting doll of bullshit that is going on in this movie, and also his daughter has been here the whole time.
By the way, that other kid of yours is somewhere, and I'm the only one who knows.
Yeah.
Me, Jigsaw.
Oh yeah, my other kid.
And you just killed me. Also, your wife's head is about to explode because she couldn't be bothered to say, Jeff, if you kill him, I will die.
To be fair, she's just
She's
gotten
been
shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is saying some stuff, though.
Yeah.
I just feel like pick your words more wisely.
Yeah.
And say, it's like Raiden in Mortal Kombat when he sends the words back
Yes.
to Liu Kang.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
Where
pick
it's
your
like,
words more
just-
wisely.
Right.
More
Less,
specific.
Yeah, less ambiguity, please.
And if she was just like, hey, don't kill him because then I will die, maybe Jeff could have passed. But he didn't. He's too rageful. Slices that neck right open. And then her head blows up, and it's the saddest thing.
Yeah.
Lynn is... I'm sad at Carrie's death. I think I'm the most sad at Lynn's death.
Yeah, Lynn's a sad
Lynn's
character,
is
for
sadder.
sure.
Like Carrie, you're like, oh, I would have liked to see that character more, but like Lynn's is like sad, like story sad.
Yeah.
And also, like, Carrie, you know, she's not a crooked cop, but being a cop, you're put in the line of danger. A casualty is more expected. Lynn is a surgeon who does everything she's told to do, follows the rules.
She doesn't like wake up in a like Carrie wakes up in a saw trap and is like, oh yeah, okay, this.
Yeah.
Whereas Lynn is like, where the fuck?
There's
you know?
only a single Saw death that I can think of immediately.
Yes, correct.
That is more sad than Lynn's.
And unjustified.
And unjustified.
Correct.
And awful and horrible.
I think the fandom pretty much universally agrees on this.
Yeah.
That there's one death in this series that's like, dude, come on.
yeah.
Come on.
It's fucked up.
It is.
But that's for a much later time.
Yes, it is.
Right now, that is the end of Saw 3 is Jeff sitting with his blown up
So
wife's
Jeff
head.
lives, right?
He does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we already talked about how you felt about the movie at the top, Gressel.
Yeah.
Now, after having discussed it all, what do you hope or expect to see in Saw Part 4?
I know. I love your predictions.
I hope to see the like filmmaking continue to improve, but I'm skeptical. Just knowing
4 is a Darren one.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
New writers though.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Winnell is done. We're
He's
done
done.
with Winnell.
Okay.
The next 4 are written by
Same
a pair
team?
of guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Dunstan and Melton. They're hit or miss.
all right.
Yes. Because like I love Saw 6. They wrote that one. But they write 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. I mean, I am, you know, it's a long running series. I'm skeptical that things are going to continue in quality, but like, you know, the TV show elements of it, I'm excited to keep going with, but also like knowing that the traps continue to get more elaborate and more graphic. I'm not super jazzed about
Sure.
that you know, just like I don't want the cruelty to go. We're also getting into like 2007, 2008. I don't want the cruelty to continue, you know? Yeah.
And you were pointing out, and I hadn't realized, that we haven't seen limbs actually separated yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
Other
Yes.
than the sawing of
yeah,
the leg,
yeah.
we have not seen limbs being torn asunder
Yes.
from the torso.
Right.
Closest we came was the rack.
Yeah.
And that's going to change immediately.
Oh
next
yeah,
movie.
I'm sure. I've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also the further we get into the series, the more, even though we talk about a death coming up in a later movie that is like the least deserved, I think we start to get more characters where you feel like they deserve it more.
Is there a little bit of a Dextrification?
Is that what
A
happened
little.
there?
The premise of Dexter is it's a serial killer who kills serial killers. Yeah. So
I'm just
I
thinking
mean, one's
of
a Nazi.
yeah, and I'm thinking of there's at least 1 in 4 where it's like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
the limbs flying everywhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but that also accompanies the whole darker tone.
sure.
Because now it's like, yeah, it's shitty people being killed, but like we're hearing about how shitty they were. And
Right.
like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we can keep your wife on board. I'm hoping the soap opera elements are intriguing enough because that's the fun. So we get a cop plot. You know, we're back to cop plot.
Yes.
The next
4, 5, 6.
good cop plots there. Yeah. So took a little break from it, but we're back.
I'm so excited to watch 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it, right?
I think so.
Okay. We are we're at Saw 3. We are going on a trip later in this month.
Yeah.
And my goal is for us to get through Saw 7 before that trip. It'll be tough,
see, yeah.
but it would be great if we didn't have a break.
Yes,
Because
'cause
1 through
these
7
start
are
getting-
the most complete story.
Yes.
8 and 9 are their own things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's fine if we have a break before 8, but
Especially the way it all builds on itself. It's nice
yeah,
to
and
watch
we
them.
and like as of recording this, we haven't even released a single one, and I can't wait to start having these come out.
I know, me too. I'm
see
excited
people's
to
reactions.
talk with people about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird recording episodes where I'm like, oh, we're not really getting
Feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
So any
backlogging so
adjustments
many.
you wanted us to make after 1 and
Too
2,
bad.
we didn't hear them.
Too
Sorry.
bad. But great. Until next time with Saw 4, I'm Chelsea.
I'm James.
That's Gressel. And this has been the Dead Meat Podcast.
Game over.
Game over.